So guys, welcome back to the channel. We're going to be doing another unboxing today. We've been getting some 10 scale crawlers. I just picked mine up. It's a new brand for the channel. Got something from Vanquish. I've been hearing a lot about this, and the company really interests me too. It's designed in California. And it's an engineering driven company, which is something that I really resonate with. They've clearly kind of overbuilt and over engineered the platform, and that's something I think is really cool. I languished for a while between this and a TRX4, and after just kind of weighing my options, I wanted something different. I have enough Traxxas vehicles. And really the deal breaker for me was straight axles. I didn't want portals, and that's something cool about the VS4-10 is they do portals or straight axles. The RTR are straight, so that was just perfect for me. So I ended up going with it. Figure we'll go through the kind of some of the box panels first. I'm a box panel kind of guy, so we've got the VFD twin transmission, which I think is pretty cool. It's got a standard front overdrive. So the front wheels turn 6% or 6.5% faster than the rear, but it also has a high overdrive, a rear wheel drive, and then it has a dig mechanism. So it functions kind of like an e-brake essentially. Doesn't come with the servos for that, so you need to add those to kind of unlock that functionality, but I'm certainly planning on doing it. We have a really beefy drive line. It seems like a really well engineered chassis. It's like all metal gears in the trans. We got a ton of steering angle. It's 47 degrees of steering. So like even a little bit more than the TRX4M. That was a big thing for me too. Like driving the FMS, just noticing how like 30, 35, 40, 45 degrees of steering, there's such a big difference between that. So I'm excited to see how that comes into play with a 10th scale. I did get the gray color, if you haven't figured it out yet. Looks like we got, there's the chassis. There's some extra shock parts, which I'm going to be taking advantage of. You can actually change the overall shock length of the lower mount. I'm planning on lowering this thing. I love a low car. That's what I love about my Defender so much, is that it just has that low ride height. Let's see what else we got going on. Got a really cool transmitter. It's I believe it's a four channel transmitter, which again was kind of like a turn off for the TRX4. Is the TQI is just, it's not really up to the task once you start getting into like multi-channel stuff. The ESC motor is pretty basic, just brushed, but it's the same thing with the TRX4. It's got a metal gear servo. Not sure what servos I'll use for the transmission yet. I may end up having to upgrade the steering servo. We'll see. I think from what I've heard, the stock electronics are pretty good though, so I'm not too worried about it. Let's see underneath the box, close up of that transmission. I love how they sculpted like the bell housing and everything. It actually looks like a scale transmission. And just some more details on the axles and everything. I think that covers all the box panels. Let's cut it open. I'm really interested to see what else is in the box here, because I know the kit comes with some extra goodies, and it's not quite clear to me what the RTR comes with. I've heard that the RTR comes with some extra things that aren't installed on it out of the box. So I'm gonna be interested in throwing those on. Let's pull this out. There we go. Let's see, nothing else in the box. All came out clean. Front cover off. Yeah, looks like there's something in here. We'll open that up in a second. Yeah, something in here too. More stuff under there. Oh man, these tires are sticky. This is the transmitter here. Check it out. It's a little smaller than I was expecting, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, these tires are super sticky. Like,
oh man.
Yeah, very sticky. Weight feels good. Let's do a quick little articulation check. Pretty solid. Looking good. Pull that protective film off.
Dude, I love the color.
Yeah,
that's a fire color.
That kind of flat gray. I was hoping that they would have a bit more color options. It was just between this and the red, but I don't like just red, like primary red. So I went with the kind of primer gray. Yeah, let's see. Let's grab some of the box contents here, and then we'll look at the truck a bit more closely. Here's the transmitter. It's got that LCD screen. It's a nice compact size, actually. Wheel feels good. I just love having the screen. It's 2024. Like, what are we still doing with like programming buttons? Like, just give me a screen. This feels nice. Nice and compact. I like the size. And this was the box that was under the car when I opened it up. Got quite a lot in here. Let's cut this open and see what we're working with. This is what I'm curious about, because I believe they give you a full interior and some exterior details and things, and all the hardware for the transmission upgrades. So let's confirm that real quick. Looks like the bag got sealed into itself. Let's cut that out. Yeah, that's funny. Okay, a lot going on here. This, yeah, okay. So here's the interior. Yeah, okay. So we got a steering wheel. That was a light. Yeah, these must be light buckets for the rear lights, maybe. We've got the wiper blades. Those are definitely going on. We got the shifter, probably like a shift floor plate. I don't know if this is like a gas cap, maybe. Some little extra things that maybe fell off the runner, it looks like. Not sure what that is. We'll have to kind of go back through and read the instructions. You definitely get the detail, the scale details. That's what I was curious about, because Vanquish does sell them separately. I wanted to verify they were in the box, so that's cool. I'm definitely going to be taking advantage of those. What else are we working with? Another parts tree. Oh, servo covers, maybe? Something transmission related for sure. Yeah, not really sure. We'll have to look at the instructions for that. More parts. And then I won't open this one up because I can see everything. Looks like maybe it's driveline components. Looks like it's an extra like transmission or like a transfer case housing and like maybe a center driveline. I'm gonna guess these are just spare parts. I think these are, oh yeah, it looks like different like gear mesh plates or something like that. Just got a little wheel wrench. And this kind of just looks like extra, general extra spare hardware, some body clips, little bolts, E-clips. Then this must be the shift. Yeah, this has to be the shift linkage and mounting hardware for the trans servos. Because I did hear that was included. So that must be what all this is, because that's a whole lot. Cool. So yeah, right away you get a good amount extra. Tuck that away. Oh, just dropped a bunch of stuff. We'll get that later. So there's more in these side panels. Double A's. You know, I love when they give you some double A's. It's crazy how often they don't give you that. Actually, at this point, really, it just seems like it's Traxxas that's not doing that. So it looks like we got the transmitter instruction manual, ESC instruction manual, bunch of cool stickers, Phoenix branding, some licensed KMC rigid night. Might actually make use of these. It's not bad. It looks like the owner's manual there. So we will flip through this, probably off camera first. It looks like, okay, so they got like kind of assembly drawings and things. That's nice. Sure, they've got like a quick start guide or something. Yeah, okay, so it looks like it's just a lot of, oh, I wonder if these are maybe the kit. Yeah, this might actually be the kit instructions, like full assembly instructions, it looks like. Cool. Let's see, and there's one more little parcel here. Man, there's a whole bunch of stuff still. Let's see what we got here. Looks like it might be the, yeah, I think these are the wheel adapters. I saw that they had some kind of proprietary wheel adapter system. I'm gonna guess that's what these are. Again, still a lot in the box for you, so that's nice. And I did already get some optional. These are optional parts I had to get extra. They sell the pre-painted bedsides. It's kind of disappointingly expensive. It was like 45 bucks for these pre-painted, but I really prefer the look with the bedsides on it. It allows you to mount taillights too, which I'll be doing. So that was a must cop. And then I already got the 2 servo horns that you'll need for the transmission. I didn't buy the servos yet, but I got those because I've had issues with servo horns before. Just trying to find it. It's a weird size. It's a 24 mil. I figured I'd just get the Vanquish ones. Let's pop this body off. So there's two little body clips on the back here, and then it should, yeah, just tilt forward. So, okay, it looks like it kind of stops here. I believe there's another clip. Yeah, there's another clip in the front if you want to remove the body entirely. And there's a little pin that you push through. So yeah, just pulled that little pin out. Now it should, yeah, come all the way off. Yeah, check that out. It's got some cool scale stuff. It's got a little scale kind of radiator, place for rock lights. Yeah, there's the radiator from the front. It's got the inner fenders, fuel cell, the big aluminum shocks. Pretty simple ESC. The ESC has an XT60 connector. I'm planning on cutting that off. I'm gonna do an EC5 so I can use my Spectrum batteries. I just don't have anything with an XT60. Here's the shift levers for the transmission. I think one servo mounts here, one mounts here. Yeah, so it's totally ready to run though. You just don't get those extra transmission functions. The Falcon tires, yeah, it's got all the aluminum 4-link. I guess the front's a 3-link. The Panhard, it's got the metal servo horn. Yeah, those glorious straight axles, the offset pumpkin. Let's see how that steering angle, ooh, yeah. Crazy steering angle. And with the dig, that'll be even more impressive. Yeah, it looks and feels pretty darn nice here. Let's see, maybe we'll throw the bed sides on, get a glamour shot or something. Maybe throw a pack in it real quick. I got these Z packs, which, let's see, this is a standard like 5200 mAh. Just a quick fitment check here, because that was something I did not double check battery tray sizes. That looks nice though. That should fit just fine. Yeah. Yep. You could actually probably fit a 7000. I wanted to keep with a small battery though, just keep it light, because the battery is kind of high and towards the rear. The motor is super low though. You can see that in the front. Yeah, I'm gonna throw a battery on the charger real quick, and we'll throw the bed sides on, drive it around a little bit inside the house. So we're doing a little bonus here, bonus live test, something I'm curious about. I have a G2 smart charger that I use for my Outcast and my LMT, but I didn't want to put like an IC5, because I don't have a Spectrum ESC for this. So I did the EC5 plug, which is supposed to be compatible with IC5, but I'm not sure if I can charge a non-smart battery with the smart charger. It has the balance lead for like the G1 Smart, so I know this will plug in, but I don't know if it will charge. So we're gonna do a test here and see if this is gonna work. So here we go. I think if I connect. Yeah, so there's the balance lead. Connect that. It's not recognizing anything. Oh. Yeah, I don't know if this phone's gonna, there we go. We are charging. So I don't know if it will be able to discharge or do like a storage charge, because I don't think this battery or this charger is really set up for it. I'll probably monitor this one pretty closely just to make sure nothing crazy happens. Yeah, I'm getting the individual cell voltage. It's balanced. So yeah, it's holding a balance. Could be coincidence. So yeah, I'm still getting data off the battery. Yeah, it seems to work. Hopefully that's the case, because I would love to just continue to use that charger. Yeah, so that's charging. I just realized that I don't know if I'll be able to solder the connector on today. So I don't know if I will end up driving it, but I'm gonna at least probably throw on the bed sides and just see how that looks. Yep.